Hi folks, thanks for joining me again. Got a little riverside scene for you today. Little fisherman there stood on the banks trying his luck in the water. Tried to get a few layers. We've got one layer here, then another one, then some foreground flowers. The more layers you get in, the better, the more depth and distance you can create. So let me show you the colours I've used for this one. So we've got ultramarine, lemon yellow. I didn't use the Payne's Gold, the alizarin, and then raw sienna, burnt umber. I didn't use the light red either. So basically, it was just the four colours in this one. Brushes, most of it with a large Rembrandt's and Ake, and then two little rigger brushes for the finer detail. These are the books I got on Amazon. Quickly show you these. If I just grab one. Number 4, I've just broke each painting down step by step, tried to make it as clear, easy to follow as I possibly can. So just another way if you'd like to learn through books rather than videos all the time. These are all available on Amazon. You'll see the link in the description below. So I'm going to kick it off with some clear water, stop the paper from green or cream clean, also to soften all the colours and tones in the background. Now the background, I'm just going to start off with just a random raw sienna wash. Clean the brush, and then take a bit of both then, raw sienna, bit of ultramarine. And then the horizon line is going to be something like that. Don't worry about the bits dripping down. And then these are like faint background trees. Pull down a few reflections like that, and then in amongst them all, a bit of that colour. I can also take a few trunks growing, using the same mix. It'll all just soften off together. Over there. That's just a general background. We can also put in a few slightly stronger ones. Down a little bit lower. Let's have something over there. These will probably be covered over these ones there because there's a few little trees on the right hand side. Right, so that's just a general background. I'm just taking a little bit of that same colour and just having a few slightly stronger bits there. Just bring that down to the banks. That's just a basic little nice faint, lightly toned background now. So when I put in the foreground, it's much stronger. It'll just contrast nicely with it. Just a few tints of raw sienna in there. I'll just give a hint of lemon yellow as well, just a touch. Down by the bank, see a little bit of grass. Alright then, let's move over to the left hand side. So this time we've got like a grassy bank coming over like that. Bit of raw sienna in there, and we've got a mass of trees. In fact, let's first put a few in with this brush. Just go with a bit of foliage first, just something to kick it off. Then I can go in with a bit of brown, burnt umber, ultramarine. Start popping a few trunks and things going up there. A few twigs and things growing. There's also going to be a few coming out there like that. A bit more brown, a bit more blue. There's another one in there. Right then, now then back to this brush. It's not quite dry, so I'm just squeezing the water out of it. Take the rest of it off on the tea towel. Let's go into that lemon yellow. A bit of raw sienna, a bit of lemon yellow. And just pop a little bit of foliage on these trees there. Bit of green down below. I'm just going to have a little bit of green as well, just up there. Let's clean the brush again, so I want to get back to a lighter yellow. Bit of raw sienna, lemon yellow. Go over that a little bit, it's just lighten that. I'm just going over it again, just to lighten the whole thing. Bit of burnt umber down at the base, just down by the banks. Keeping these parallel with the bottom of the paper. I don't want to do them at angles. I'm not going to do those ones because I want to keep those as if they're really far away. So I'll just darker tones down here. Just do a little bit dark around there. Right then, just make sure this is flat against there. Start working on the right hand side now. So we've got a few trees around on this side as well. So I'm going to start by putting another little bank. Again, I'm cleaning the brush and I'm going to start with some of the lights, a bit of raw sienna, a bit of lemon yellow, and it's sort of coming down about there. And in front of that we've got a bit of these muddy banks. I'll tell you what I've completely forgot all about. I haven't put any reflections in. Completely forgot about them. I'm just wondering now if I can get away with it or not. I'll have a think about that as I go on. But for now, a bit of brown, a bit of blue. We've got a few little narrow things growing up here. So another one. Let's put this up on an angle. You don't put them all like symmetrical, just looks a bit naff. But over here I'm going to have this one's going to be slightly thicker, this one's a bit bigger, and it's going to go all the way off the top. And go a few leaves and things coming off that. Right, let's get back to this brush. Take that off again. Let's get it the right way around. And again, back to this foliage colour. So I'm going a bit of raw sienna, a bit of lemon yellow. Needs to be fairly dry, your brush, doing this, otherwise you'll just block it all in completely and you won't be able to see anything that you've painted in the background. Just having a touch of ultramarine in there just to vary it slightly. Oops. Just see the slightly darker bits, just get just a touch of variation in those. A little bit down on the ground as well. Just wondering what to do about this water now, because obviously I've just completely forgot about the reflection. Let's just wet it. I'm just going to wet it, just push. Put a load of colour in to reflect what's been given on above. It just hints at some of those reflections. I think I need something in there just to I'll get away with not putting the dark one, the background ones in, but I needed something in the foreground, just a hint of something in there. Give that a quick dry. Going to strengthen these banks a little bit, so I'm just dipping the hairs into the wall just to bring all the hairs together. And just take a bit of brown, bit of blue, and pop a few darks in here. Strengthen these muddy bits. Same on this side. Just a very light touch, just dab, 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 dab. I'm keeping it parallel to the bottom of the paper. I might just. Now, I was tempted to put something in there, but I want to keep that very, very light, just to push it right the way back. Hard to resist scraping a few, just the odd, just a little stone. And I'm going to do the same on this side as well. Just a few rocks by the water's edge. Right, now I think, just to finish it off, I think a few flowers in the foreground. So what I'm going to do is let's just get quite a dry brush. Let's just mark out first where these flowers are going to go. I'm thinking so let's just grab my brush, raw sienna, lemon yellow. So I'm going to just put them on this side, so that's like another layer then. A few little darks as well in there. And put them darks in as well. And then just squeeze out a bit of lemon yellow out. Just need to clean this brush and dry it. I'm just squeezing the water out of it. And take the rest off on there. So the hairs are going all over the place. That'll give me nice random flower patterns. So if I just dip it in like that. And then don't just go like that, bang, 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 bang. Do it deliberately, because otherwise you don't want to paint over what you've just done. So another big one up there. That's just something else there, I think. And then back into that ultramarine, just getting it again. I just want to get little darker sections in there. Alright, let's take my rigger brush, bit of brown, bit of blue. Let's just pop a few little dots in the centre of the flowers. And I'm just going to, that's the wrong colour, isn't it? Put a few little stalks in there. And just a few little simple flowers in the foreground. Now I need some, just a few shadows, I think, a few darker sections. So let's just make a simple shadowy colour. So I'll just go a bit of brown, bit of red, bit of blue, makes a sort of bluey grey colour. There's a touch of that lemon yellow in there as well. I'm just going to pop in a few shadows, so a few more darks down here. A few darks amongst these as well, I think. fine, just a few little darks. Amongst those. Just strengthen those. I think I might just leave it at that, I think. What I might do, just take a little this like to have a look, a little fisherman or something. I'll just have someone. A little fisherman there, and then it's just match the tones around him. Just gives a little focal point. I'll just darken that as well. Right then. I think that's, I'm going to call that one done. I think I'm just going to sign this in the bottom, stick a mount on it, and then just see what it looks like. So that's that one done. So here's the finished painting in the mount. So if we go and have a closer look at it, so you can see I started off with these very faint distant trees, a bit of raw sienna, ultramarine. Barely see the sort of masses of foliage, but then slightly more prominent tree trunks, but in very faint, so it's sort of softened off, and you can see how it just contrasts nicely with the more sharper foreground stuff. So we've got our little fisherman here, just stood on these banks, put him in quite dark in tone, and then just match the tones around him, so otherwise it would have looked a bit out of place as the only sort of dark tone thing. So just did those immediately along that little plane there. Put a few little rocks in as well along the banks, and a few shadows amongst the trees, a bit more dry brushing foliage. Moving to the right again, got a few rocks and things just scraped into the banks then, and then some bit of rigger work putting in the trees, and then a bit of dry brush again, sort of lemon yellow, raw sienna, bit of ultramarine there in the foliage. Then we got some simple little flowers in the foreground, just dollops of lemon yellow, then a little dot, and then just a little stalk. Just a simple way of creating some massive flowers. So that's it for that one. I hope you enjoy that. Thanks always for watching, for your support, especially all the patrons, patreon.com/Stephen Cronin. You'll see lots more videos over there. So until we meet again, thanks for watching. If you've got any questions, please don't hesitate to ask, and I'll see you again soon.